Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Statement of the people of knowledge regarding the Suffiyah. Shamsuddin Muhammad bin Abi Bakr. Aywa. Shamsuddin Muhammad bin Abi Bakr ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawzi died 751 rahimahullah, quoted the hadith from Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu, who said, a group of the people came to the house of the Prophet's wives asking about the Prophet's worship. When they were informed about it, they regarded their own as insignificant and said, where are we compared to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Indeed, Allah has forgiven him his past and future sins. One of them said, as for me, then I shall pray all night. The other one said, I will fast continuously and not open my fast. The last one said, I will keep away from women and never marry. When the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, he said, are you those who say such and such? Then I swear by Allah that indeed I am the most fearful of Allah from amongst you and the one who has the most taqwa of him. However, fast and open my fast, I pray and I sleep and I marry women. So whoever does not desire my sunnah is not of me. Ibn Jawziyah rahimahullah said about the preceding hadith, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam freed himself from those who turn away from his sunnah and worshipping Allah. Those who leave that which Allah allowed for his worshippers from the good things of the world by not desiring them, and with the belief that keeping away from them is worshipping Allah. So this person does not distinguish between what is for him and what is against him. Midarju Salikin by Ibn al-Qayyim 193 to 94. Sayings of Imam Shafi about the Suffiyah. From Yunus bin Abdul Ala, who said, I heard Imam Shafi say, if a man becomes a Sufi in the beginning of the day, then you will not find him by duhur time except that he will be a stupid person. Quoted by Bayhaqi in Kitab Al-Manaqib 207. Imam Shafi describing the Sufi said, a Sufi cannot be a proper Sufi until he has four characteristics: laziness, eats a lot, very superstitious, and extreme in everything that he does. Collected by Bayhaqi in Kitab Al-Manaqib 207. Imam Shafi said, the foundation of Sufi is laziness. Some statement of Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah about the Suffiyah. There was more bid'ah amongst those who came later than those who were amongst the foremost of the people. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said, this is because every time the people were closer to the time of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the bid'ah was less, and this type of bid'ah was generally in speech and statement. Those who committed bid'ah were not from amongst the tabi'in, those who followed the companions, and those who followed them. Rather, it was people who worshipped Allah by dancing and listening to music, just as there were people at that time from the Khawarij, those who rebelled against the Muslim leader, the Mu'tazila and the Shia. There were also amongst them those who believed Qadar. However, they were not amongst these people of bid'ah, those who used Qadar as justification for their actions. Thereafter, a lot of the bid'ah faction occurred amongst those people who came later. They were the ordinary ignorant of worshippers and those who abstained from the dunya, the poor people and the Suffiyah. This bid'ah faction was generally present at the time of the tabi'in and those who followed them, in contrast to the people of bid'ah and their innovative statement, because this bid'ah of statement appeared at the time of the companions and those who followed the companions. Due to this, it was known and that at the time doubts regarding bid'ah were stronger and the people were more intelligent. As for bid'ah of the people nowadays who abstain from the dunya and the Suffiyah, then their people are more ignorant and further away from following the Messenger of Allah. Taken from Majmul Fatawa, volume 19, 275, Mawqif Ibn Taymiyyah min al-Suffiyah, volume 1, 240/240. Majmul Fatawa, volume 19, 275. The dislike, number 2, the dislike of the Suffiyah for knowledge. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said, as for the people who worship with bid'ah, then the shaitan beautifies this act of worship for them and makes them hate the path of Sharia until he makes them hate the eighth knowledge, the Quran and Hadith. So they do not like to listen to the Quran and Hadith, nor do they like to remember it. And perhaps they are caused to hate books, so they do not love books, nor the one who has a book, whether it is a Musaf or a book of a Hadith. Just as Nasrabadi said, the Sufi used to say, how can you leave the knowledge of al-kharq, a type of clothing that is specific to the Sufiya, and take the knowledge of Sharia and knowledge? He said, I used to hide my writing materials from them, but when I became older, they were in need of my knowledge. As Sakti mentioned that one of the Sufiya entered upon him, and when he saw that he had a pen and ink, he left, and he did not sit with him. And many of the Sufiya frightened away from those who mention the Quran or the Sharia, if he has a book with him or if he writes. This is because they feel that this type of person has in him something that oppresses his tariqah path, so their shaitan make them flee from knowledge, just as a Jew and a Christian causes his son to flee from listening to the speech of the Muslim, so that he does not change his belief of his religion. Likewise, the people of Noah will place their fingers in their ears and cover themselves up with their garments, so that they could not hear the speech or could not hear his speech or see him. Allah Ta'ala said about the mushrikeen, and those who disbelieve say, listen not to this Quran, and make noise in the midst of its recitation, that you may overcome. And Allah Ta'ala said, then what is wrong with them, that is the disbelievers, that they turn away from receiving admonition, as if they were frightened wild donkeys. And they are from those people who are most wanting to listen and hear bid'ah, like the listening of musical instrument, and they are the furthermost to listening to that which is from the Sharia, like the listening of the ayat of Allah Ta'ala, taken from the Majul Fatawa. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah spoke about the deviancy of Ahlul Kalam, the people of theological rhetoric, and the Ahl ul-Tasawwuf, Suffiyah, saying, so every one of the two deviant groups have two aspects of corruption and evil, one of which is speech without knowledge, if they are the people of theological rhetoric, action without knowledge, and if they are the Sufiya, that is what has occurred from the bid'ah of theological rhetoric and the bid'ah in action, which oppose the book and the Sunnah. The second is the people of theological rhetoric abandon actions, and as for the Sufiya, then they abandon statement and their theological rhetoric. As for the Ahlul Sunnah, their speech and their actions, both inwardly and outwardly, are with knowledge, and both their speech and actions are connected, and they are the Muslim in truth. They remain upon the straight path, the path of whom Allah has blessed, and not the path of those whom incur the anger of Allah, nor the path of those who are misguided. As for the deviant of the people of theological rhetoric, then they have the resemblance of the Jews, and as for the deviant of the people of the Sufiya, then they have the resemblance of the Christians. This is why the people of theological rhetoric were overcome with the science of ciphering, using systems and symbols to extracting rules, and what indicates is that from knowledge and belief. Not overcome the Sufiya was whispering, along with that which rouses them into al-wajd, a state where the heart becomes empty. Taken from Majul Fatawa, volume 2, 41 to 42, Mawqif ibn Taymiyyah min al-Sufiya, volume 1, stroke 245. All praise belongs to Allah. May His peace and praise and blessing be upon our final Prophet, his family, his companions, all those who follow his guidance.